Good evening. This is Hudson Valley Week in Review, where we look back at the people, places, and issues making news in Ulster County and the region. I'm Amy Greene. We begin tonight in Rosendale, where construction is just starting to begin on new outdoor pools at the town's recreation center. The existing pool has been closed to the public since just before the summer of 2012 because of deterioration. Before closing, nearly 20,000 people would visit and use the pool, including summer camps and swim teams. Now, two new pools are planned, a kiddie pool and a lap pool, large enough for swim meets and competitions. A groundbreaking ceremony was recently held at the Recreation Center, marking the start of construction. We also spoke to Rosendale Town Supervisor Jean Walsh and Town Recreation Center Director Tara Burke about the project.
Thank you to so many people that have been a part of getting this started. And I know that might be a little boring, but I really believe that everybody needs to be recognized that have really helped to make this happen. So I'm going to go through the list. And if I miss anybody, I apologize, because there's been so many people that have lent a hand in every fundraising event that we've done. And, you know, I can't really name everybody, so I hope I haven't missed you, and I apologize if I do. But I also would like to say that Mary Alroy and the Recreation Commission is going to be holding our next fundraiser, which is the Rosendale Run on October 10th. You can get a hold of Mary. She's over there with flyers, getting ready for our next event. And Louisa Duffy, who just did our last event, which was the Mermaid Parade, raised over $1,200. Louisa, thank you very much. Along with Amy Trumpeter and the Women's Club, helped that to be a reality. It was a great event. The last two summers, the Williams Lake Project let us have a swim at the lake, and they raised money for us. That was Tim Allred, Rick Steele, and Brian Cafferty. Thank you for that. If we want, we can clap at the end. Bill Brooks, thank you very much for the donation from the Pickle Fest, $5,000. Frank Kleppice organized the firewood raffle, which raised some money for the pool. The Random Valley Central School District Teachers Union donated money. Heritage Energy did a barbecue tank refill and a 200-gallon oil tank raffle. That was under the guidance of our Highway Superintendent, Bob Gallagher. Harris Safer and Brian Cafferty donated the proceeds of the commission they earned when they sold the town hall for us. That was over $6,000. Don and Hella Beal have contributed several times. Jim and Patty Ming, I want to thank them. They removed the old snack shack. That was quite a job to take care of. I'd like to say thank you to Jeff Boudreau and Mike Shave from Weston and Sampson. They're our engineers, and they're doing a great job. Every time I called and said, we need to change this, I want to look at that, let's do this a little different, they were there to help us. Along with them, I want to thank our transitional builders who are going to be doing the pool, Mark Fonsali, I'm sorry if I pronounced your name wrong, and James Martin. Local contractors, glad to see the work going local. I want to thank Sam Fratto and the IBEW local volunteers who are going to do the electric work in the bathhouse. They've done so many community projects in our town, and they're adding that. Nita Peck, who's donated and been there for fundraising. The women from the senior group, Doris, Dave Fletcher, the senior board on their Everly Brothers fundraisers. Kevin Quilty from Community Foundations helping us to be able to have tax-free donations. I would like to thank County Executive Mike Hine for lending us March Gallagher when this whole process started so she could help me figure out how to write grants. The Town of Rosendale employees, how can I say thank you to all the people that work for the town. Everybody's been there and pulled together, from Matt and Sean, Tara Burke, Tom Fiore overseeing the project, Bob Gallagher, all the highway guys, Terry Johnson for all his help with water issues that have to do with the pool, and of course Jill LaFaro, my assistant, who helps with writing the grant and processing all the paperwork and is there for everything we need. I just want to remind people that we are going to be still selling bricks. We'd like to be able to put the bricks around the pool to show who's been giving donations. So if you're interested in doing that, it'd be great to purchase a brick. And last Last of all, I don't want to forget, I want to thank the Parks and Recreation and Historic Preservation for their $550,000. Thank you, Erin O'Neill, Joe Grimaldi, Michelle Laffler, Jessica, Allie, for your help in getting us those funds to help us make this a reality. And last of all, and not least of all, I'd like to thank Senator Bonasek, who's been there for us through this whole project and through this process, and holding my hand to make sure that we can get this pool off the ground, and that's Senator Bonasek. Thank you very much for the $250,000. I'd like to let Senator Bonasek say a few words.
First of all, good afternoon to all of the children who sang so beautifully. Next year, when we cut the ribbon for the pool, we want you to sing with your bathing suits on and then jump in the pool. Okay, is that all right? I have to congratulate Jeannie Walsh and the town board for their leadership. It's a little intimidating to have to raise a little under $2 million for a swimming pool. Many town boards would just give up, maybe make it a lawn, but not Jeannie and the town board. It's more than a swimming pool. When I read the grant that says it's going to create 25 more jobs, but it's more than that. It's a town asset that brings neighbors together, makes new friends, and it sure is a community effort. My congratulations to all of the people that made contributions and is still giving, because the goal is not realized yet. There's still more money that has to be raised. And I whispered to Jeannie that maybe, just maybe, we might have a little more later in the year to announce, maybe. But in any event, I just want to say congratulations to all. This is a wonderful accomplishment. I'm very pleased we've just been a small part of a great community effort.
2012, we typically get ready to start opening in the spring, get the pool painted and patched and whatever needs to be done, and our crew realized that the pool was really not looking too good that year. So we said, let's go take a look at it. We had some engineers look at it, and we really realized that the pool really was structurally failing. And it's a over 65-year-old pool, so we knew that it was coming. And we made a decision at that time that it just wasn't safe to open. And we started thinking about, how important is it to bring this pool back? Well, it was pretty important because there's so much that goes on here. We have events here for the swim team. They practice here in the morning. We have the local School for Developmentally Disabled use it every morning, place that they can't go anywhere else. So this was their place to come that was handicap accessible. Our camp uses it every day. The kids get to swim during camp. We have swim lessons. We have so many activities, and that's all just before we open in the morning. That's just the morning activities. And then the rest of the day, everybody's here, all the people that want their kids to have an enjoyable summer here, spending their days at the pool. They have the pavilion, the pool, they can spend the day. I myself raised my kids here at the pool. They would go to camp, get at it, camp was done, they go to swim lessons, then they go to swim team, and then we'd spend the day, So I think everybody felt it was really important, but we didn't really want to tax the taxpayers. We didn't want to say, hey, you got to come up with $1.2 million or $1.5 million to pay for this pool. So we started writing grants. We started saying, look, we're going to do this, but we're going to do it as a fundraiser. We're going to try to, get everybody together, and it's a community effort. And the community showed that they wanted this pool because they took it upon themselves one by one, saying, let's do this event, let's do that event. We could raise money in all different parts of the town. The seniors did things, the Recreation Commission did things. Everybody did stuff. So. It's a great event that we've had one after the other that have raised small amounts of money, but when you pull it all together, it also makes a stronger, it's stronger when you go and say to the state, we'd like to have some money, because it shows that the community is all involved. Everybody wants to be part of it.
We discovered in 2011 that our pool was beyond regular maintenance repair, that we were going to have to go into a long-term project. We knew right away, because we are a small town of only 3,000 taxpayers, or around that number, that it would have to become a fundraising and grant writing project. So we rallied. It was absolutely a time where we came together from town supervisor, town council, recreation commission. Everyone was 100% behind getting this pool up and running again.
Well, I've signed the contract with Transitional Builders. They're going to start work this week. And in the meantime, we'll continue to try to close that gap so we don't have to fund so much money. But I think that we're on our way to getting this completed by this time next year. When you apply for grants, you got to get, support. You want people to say, yes, this is important. He's supported this project from the beginning, and he's also contributed $250,000 grant for the town for this pool project. So we're very thankful to him. And Parks and Recreation, as I said, they were here today too. They gave us $550,000. So that's a big chunk of the money. And once you have that money in hand, you go, this has got to happen. You're partway there. Good chunk of the money's there. We got to get this done. I think they're just anxious to see it finished. They're like, when are we going to have our pool back? They want it back. So, we're going to make that happen for them.
I'm going to go backwards. I'm going to start with the Mermaid Parade, which was just our last event. That was run by a lovely lady named Louisa Duffy. It was her artwork, her imagination. It was a downpour day. The mermaids came out to play anyway. We had over 200 people in the parade. It was donation-based. It was a fabulous time. We've done a pickle fest, a street festival endeavor where we had booths where people just created opportunities to make donations, have raffles. We did one of our greatest raffles, believe it or not, was a fundraiser for wood. We raffled wood piles off where people could burn wood. Heritage Energy donated tanks of oil for people to fill. So we did very grassroots efforts, and we had tremendous success. It's an extremely important part of our community. We call the town of Rosendale Park the gem or the center of our community. It's in the heart of Ulster County. It's open to the public. It's not exclusive. We love our neighbors. We want them to come. And we have a summer camp. We have a Brookside school which has disabled children that bring their children in wheelchairs that come to this pool. It's their gym class and their physical summer occupation. We have a swim team. We have swim lessons. And it's just all about really family, community, friends coming together and having a great time in the summer. Absolutely. Fundraisers will be ongoing. The next big one is a half marathon. It's in October 10th of this year. We're going to have a half marathon, a 4.2-mile run, a kids' fun run with an obstacle course. The home base will be here at the Rosendale Recreation Park. And again, all are welcome. It's a half marathon. It's a qualifier for the New York Marathon. And again, everyone is welcome. We hope to raise some big funds there. It's a dream come true for so many of us. It's an endeavor that seemed impossible. Like I said, there's only 3,000 of us that had to initiate this, the funds for this project. And when we heard that it was an over $1 million project and we were going to go into fundraising, grant writing, it was a little nerve-wracking. It was a little scary. We kind of hit the floor when we heard the number. But we held steady, we kept the faith, we worked hard, and we achieved it. We're very proud, very happy, very grateful.
When we return, the search is on for the best in business in Ulster County. We'll explain next.